O'Neal now, setting it up for Ware. Ware knocked down by Poor. Now it's Miller. Over to Wallace, sent over the net, and right in between the defense of, Junior. Banks here, set up by Poor. Wallace now not able to be kept in play by Francesca Catalano as it goes off of her right hand and out of play. 8-5 LeMoyne leads. They've had the last 4 points here. Once again, Sophia Smith over the net. Set up there by LeMoyne. Blocked. And sent back over. LeMoyne has one more hit coming. They send it right on the back line. Great return there by LeMoyne after a great block down by Shannon Wren. Nice job by LeMoyne to get that point. 18-13 now. O'Neal back to serve once again. Hits it over. Dug out there. One more hit coming as it's Wallace over the net, and Malloy can't return it. She drops it along the back line. 24-19 match point here. And LeMoyne lead. Smith back now. Over the net. Knocked down there by Dillon. One more hit coming. It's Wallace. Wallace dropping it in on that Malloy front line. You can give that set to the LeMoyne Dolphins. This match is all tied up. Dakota O'Neal checking out for Malloy. Hagerstrom sends it over. Dig there on the back line. One more hit coming here. It's Wallace sending it over. One more hit, and that one's going to go out of play. He's still out in front of set number 4. Myers sending it over. That one's dug out. One more hit coming now. It's Wallace. Wallace sending it in play there. Whoops.
Greenwood slid to her right instead of rotate up. That's what we talked about. When that outside blocker in front of you moves in, you've got to rotate to the sideline.
Durdines with a float serve. Blue had to choke up on it. Scanlon will send over the free ball. Corcoran goes outside, ripped on nicely there by Wallace for the kill.
And that ball from LeMoyne was pushed way outside of the antenna, and the Damon block didn't get out in front of it. It gave him the seam. Wallace was able to put it down in that seam we're talking about, the 1-6 seam.
Paige Wallace also returns for the Dolphins to swing on the outside. McCrell will send this one to Ballou, who rolls over. Poor with a nice dig, but on the scramble play, unable to...
Good touch on it, though.
McCrell with the serve to Wallace. Ripped on there on the right side by...
Side, take advantage of it all day.
Knotted up here at sevens. Miller handles the first, tipped over by Gandia. McCrell has to handle. Sent over on the free ball by Ballou. Corcoran goes outside to Wallace, high off the blocker's hands and just out of the reach of McCrell for the kill.
And McCrell did a good job earlier in that point, rotating around as they ran the ball behind her.
She'll float one to Scanlon. That one is blocked by Wallace.
A little bit uncharacteristic.
Katie McCrell will be back to serve here for the Wildcats, trailing by 8. Tipped over by Durdine. McCrell picks it up. Greenwood will go outside to Ballou. Unable to send it over as Cork.
You have to dictate the game to them.
Wallace will handle the first. Durdines gets a rip from the middle. Apostle get a rip of her own, and that one is just... Durdines with the float serve to Greenwood. McCrell go right side, ripped on by Ballou and picked up by Durdines in the 6. Wallace gets a rip down the line, beats McCrell for the kill.
Yeah, nice set by Corcoran. She got the ball right out to the antenna. And while Ballou had gotten in position.
13, the Dolphins lead. That one touched by Apostle, sent over by Scanlon. Wallace with a rip. Greenwood with a nice pickup. McCrell goes right side to Ballou, rips. Wallace gets another chip. This one will fall. It looked like McCrell thought Post was going to return here for the Dolphins, and Gallagher will go back to serve. Trailing here by 1. Ballou with the pass, sets outside to Post, rolled over. Wallace gets a nice healthy rip, and Scanlon with a block.
They're trying to take a look. They brought her in to give some more serve receive, it looks like.
McCrell goes outside to Post, who rips a backhand. Miller gets a nice, healthy cut at it. That one's between the block.
When you pass it, get behind it.
Durdines float to Greenwood. McCrell will tip over with 2 hands picked up by Corcoran. This tip by Wallace Looked like it went off the hands of McCrell for the kill.
It went right through McCrell's hands. I think through.
She'll jump float here to Miller. Corcoran will set the middle, and Gandia picked up, ripped on there by Wallace. And Wicker just out of her reach as he tries to sprawl and pick that one up.
Molly Gallagher on to serve. for LeMoyne as Barry sets it up for Victoria Cass, but it's defended well by LeMoyne to Durdinas, as it's defended well by Adelphi, but it will be LeMoyne's point.
Yeah, violation on the Panthers. They've been trying to aim for that back row time and time again. It's just been the help play that has really been able to at least keep their second lead. They've only led as much as 2 in this contest, trailing the first few points.
Back and forth as Barry sets one up for Clausen, who slams it in a nice dig by Corcoran, as it's set up to number 17, Paige Wallace. Wallace again hits one over the net. A good play by Clausen to keep it in play as Cass sends it over. Corcoran up to Miller, who slams but gets it blocked, but it looked like it hit the net. But it will be LeMoyne as Durdinas on to serve for LeMoyne. As it will be LeMoyne's point there as they take a 17, sends it over the net. Number 9, Seba, sends it over the net from LeMoyne, but here's Wallace, Seba with the miss hit on that, and we are all tied up at 19.
Paige Wallace, the only freshman who really is the one who takes swings out there, one of 2 freshmen for Coach Lizzie Cheek. 5'10" outside hitter from Cedar Park, Texas. She's got some pretty good swings so far. We've seen some of her attacks with some good velocity behind it. And that's really what you want. Some of them key players are just so good at placing it exactly where they want. Some of them will just overpower you. And so far, Wallace has been overpowering.
As it is saved by Adelphi. Corcoran lofts it up to Wallace, who slams it in play as LeMoyne goes back up by 1.
Paige Wallace just obviously can see what she provides. You mentioned about the ups she has before. She really can get up there.
Barry up to Clausen. Corcoran over to Wallace, who tries to slam it, but it is misplayed by Adelphi up front, as it is now 9-7 Panthers.
Nice swing from Wallace, cutting it back to a 2-point affair.
LeMoyne sets up the spike. 17 will take it. And LeMoyne will come away with his first set, 25-18.